So how do you get out of a rut? First, you got to get in one. This is not the video I wanted to make. I thought today was going to be simple. I thought I was going to go to work and I was going to come home and I was going to do a daily video about being a dad and having to sacrifice work opportunities because that's my responsibility. But life does this thing where when you have plans, it's like, oh, word, watch this. I was driving into work and I ended up having car trouble. And because I'm on location 2 days in a row and it's pretty far away, it just didn't make sense for me to chance it to try to drive home and then drive back in the morning. So, got on the phone with the sitter, just such a waste of money. Asked her to come stay the night, and I stayed here. This is not the plan. Like, I don't want drama in my life to drive my videos. It actually scares me. Because I don't want to be making things up and I don't want things to happen in order for it to be a better story. Like, I'm cool with a boring, like I keep saying boring vlog, I'm cool with a boring vlog. I love a boring vlog. I love a same old. This is for the birds. Like, it's bad enough that I have to spend the night away from my son. I have to pay for it. I have potential car repair that I have to deal with if I make it home. But now, I mean, I've been asked to work all week, so good, bad, good, work, money, insurance, all those things. Bad, when am I getting stuff done? How nice it is to have a child who's at the age where he can contribute. Like, I called him up, said, hey, Dad's not coming. Sitter's coming. She'll be here at this time. Let her know, hey, you need to pick him up from school. She's on the list, no problem. She does that. I'm able to talk to him. She's there. She's responsible, yada, yada, yada. And we're definitely at the point where he is allowed to stay at home by himself for a couple hours, which is really nice because there's times when, like, I got to run to the grocery store and he's like, Dad, I'm not really feeling it. And I'm like, cool, just chill. Go wash dishes, whatever. I'll go run out and do my thing. So that's nice. Overnight, not so much just yet, but we're getting there. And it's just nice to know that he can contribute. Like, I don't have to baby him. I don't have to hold his hand. He's disappointed, obviously, but he can handle it. It's like good and bad. Definitely, if I had a loving wife, partner, he would get to be a kid a little bit more. And I feel a little bit bad because I know that part of that innocence is lost when you're having to be more responsible. Like, I was always the most responsible of my siblings growing up. And that's just what people call it. They call it being most responsible when it's like you're the one who's more likely to do adult responsibilities. It's not great. It's not a great place to be. Like, it sounds great, but what it really is you're the next in line if the adults in your life let you down. It's been quiet since my divorce, so I figured I'd talk to you. Welcome to Dad's Diaries, Season 2. My son's having his visitation, so I decided to bring my skateboard and just try to find a trail around here to get out and ride. Just trying to be more productive, man. I don't know, man. I've been feeling down lately. Like, not sad, not depressed, I hope. I don't know. Just like melancholy, just like stuck in the middle. Definitely not high. I think I need to challenge myself. I think it's been too long since I had something to like really go for. Starting my electrician's apprenticeship was supposed to be that. And I'm working on it, but it's just happening slower than I thought it would. And work has been busy and steady, but now it's like kind of slowed down. So for the last few days, I've just been in this lull. Like, I don't feel like myself. So I've been trying to find more ways to stay busy, and getting out and skating. It's one of my favorites. It's the silence that gets you. So I try to stay busy, but I've been thinking that there's still something missing. All right, so I think I have found a solution. Challenge myself in every facet of life. So I ran into this international market and I found the sushi's making supplies. So I think that's what I'm gonna do tonight. Sushi, it's the perfect meal. I've been feeling like I'm getting a little fat, so I'm like, you know what? You haven't really been working out, and instead of just completely cutting all food out, going with sushi is like the perfect meal, and it's something that I love to eat anyway. So I'm gonna learn to make sushi tonight. Whenever I feel stuck, it's usually because I'm not doing enough. Some people run marathons, others ride bikes. Personally, I cook. Challenging yourself isn't about competition. It's about getting better. And despite the fact that challenges are difficult, accomplishing something always seems to feel amazing. I have cut all the ingredients, just waiting for the rice to cook. Got my nori. First time making sushi, so far so good. But it might seem trivial, but I will definitely say that it's really easy to get complacent when you're cooking the same foods because you buy the same ingredients, so you always kind of have the beginning of some recipe, and then it just gets stale. Like, you don't even realize it. But one thing that I do love about cooking is the fact that you can always challenge yourself. There's always, like the 15-minute version, the 25-minute version, the 2-hour version. Like, do you want to make your own sauce, or you want to just open one that's in a can? You can always DoorDash some sushi, but making it yourself is a bit of a different ball game, but surprisingly pretty simple. Like, I don't know why it seems so crazy, but I guess the rolling is the real challenge. But I got this sushi kit for my birthday, and it came with a knife, which is really nice because this is now the sharpest knife I own. Then I got the nori, cucumber, crab, salmon, avocado, and then I bought some sushi rice. So once that's done, we'll get to rolling this. But yeah, man, you got to challenge yourself. And I think just getting complacent and not challenging myself has definitely allowed me to kind of dip into a bit of a funk. Takes the excitement out of life when you're kind of doing the same thing over and over again. So I think this is part of the shakeup I need. I'm actually really excited to see how this turns out. Wish me luck. Why, good morning. Today's a very, very special day. I'm getting a new bed. I am so excited. I had a vision for what I want my bed to look like, and it's part of making my room a little bit more me. So I kind of need to take this bed apart, but the thing is, I've had a couple of issues lately where I order something and they say it's going to be here, and then they end up having to reschedule it and it doesn't come till the next day. And I'm not trying to sleep on the floor. Those days are over for me. Who that? This is actually pretty awesome because I was not expecting this. When I opened this window up and the delivery guy has just arrived. So it's time to do this. You might call it retail therapy, but sometimes you got to switch up the vibe. In order to feel different on the inside, sometimes you got to change what you see on the outside. And my bedroom is my sanctuary. If I can't even find peace here, then where else am I going to get it? So what do you think? Welcome to my new bedroom. I'm so happy with this bed. This is exactly what I envisioned. Farmhouse style bed, dark wood accents, and this one actually has drawers, so now I don't have to go into the closet to grab stuff. A lot of the things that I do when I feel stuck are temporary. Like there's just something to kind of get things going. But changing my environment, resetting my space is the one that's going to stick. When you feel stuck, the last thing you want is to also feel stuck in that exact same environment that you're trying to get out of. It's a space I've been working on, but it's also been the last on my list of priorities because kid comes first, needs come second, and somewhere down the line comes me. And what are you doing? It's funny, I had the vision about the bed and I just hadn't seen anything like it. And when I was stuck in that hotel room, I hopped online and it popped up. So I just went ahead and ordered it before it sold out. And I've been working on putting this thing together for the last several hours. Like this has been an entire day project. I thought I would be done by 2 o'clock. I started at 11 and it is now like 9:15, but it's done. Time to get to bed because tomorrow is a big day. Good morning. Super excited today. We are going to the Braves game. I'm pulling my kid out of school. I'm doing it. You know, he's earned it. It's been a really good school year for him. I don't even understand how he has turned everything around, his dedication, hard work. And I told him, hey, let's go to the Braves game this weekend or this week. I'll take you out of school, thinking he's going to be super excited. And he's like, ooh, you mean take me out of school? Okay. I don't want to mess up my perfect attendance, so can I go to school anyway? Which is very sweet. So today, I'm going to be the irresponsible one. We're playing hooky. And I was always jealous in school of those kids who just randomly had their parents keep them home for vacation or to go to some cool place. There's all these rules in life of the way you're supposed to do things. But I do think that it's important to break them sometimes. We're just people. We're not widgets. And sometimes we have off days. Sometimes we need mental health days. Sometimes we need a break. Sometimes we just want to have fun. Sometimes we just want to break the pattern. I guess that's just how I have molded myself into being a dad, is that I used to be way more fun. I used to be way more silly. I used to definitely be more relaxed, but the responsibility of another person and everything I've been through, since the divorce has just made me take my role very, very seriously. And I've probably been a little bit more high strung than I have been before. So this will be a nice break.
Running low on the making low vouchers, running out 4 hours of sleep. I should've started off with water, but there's plenty on the lake for me. Few calls and shorties you can take cakes. Got 'em rockin' with the bros like Ben Mace. 6-bed show front on torch, and she got the keys all summer 'cause the day's pain. We got the boats tied up, they just smoking my lungs. She said toss that thing high, hope it goes in my cup. Baby, I'm sitting this down to the sun. If it lands on fire, guess we are going up, jumping out that.
Really fun day. Unfortunately, I just did not record a lot of footage. I try to just get lost in the moment. It's like a lot of times, I straddle this fence between content creator and actual father. And, actually doing the job sometimes is a little bit more hands-on than holding a camera will allow you to do. It was really important, I think, for us to have this experience because, we get caught up in like what you're supposed to do and the rules and all of that. But it's hard for someone to really understand that school isn't the most important thing when you constantly make it the most important thing. And I'm definitely guilty of that. I really press my son about grades, and he's shown some amazing growth lately, and I'm super proud of him. And I just wanted to give him a bit of reward and say, hey, look, we got an opportunity to go to this game. Let's just do that. Like, let's just take the day and not be responsible. Like, sometimes it's more responsible to just be there and have a day. And it was really nice to get to do that. Like, it's out of character for me, right? He only knows the super responsible version of me that would never take a day off to go and have fun. But structure isn't everything. And one thing I've learned over the last few years for sure is that it's easy to get caught up in work or school or whatever the responsibility is. But as I've been trying to do more for, self-care and, just doing a little bit of stuff for me, we got to make sure we're spending time together that's just like off the books and not accounted for. I will definitely say that in my marriage, I was guilty of not always just taking time to, just be together. And I don't want to make that same mistake with my son where it's always business. And then on the weekends, he decides he wants to see his mom. And then it's just me being authoritarian, rule parent. And then she gets to be fun parent. And that, fractures our relationship. So you make time for what's most important. And our relationship is just a little bit more important than some classroom assignment. And I guess I would say that I'm sorry I didn't capture more of it, but I'm really not. I'm not saying to take your kids out of school and be irresponsible. Like, society has like standards, but as parents, we set the rules. And my newest rule is that sometimes we get to break them. So it's been a long week, but I got my car fixed. I'm back up and running, and I feel like I'm coming out of my funk. I've been thinking about my self-care lately because I do realize that, my son is losing a little bit of his innocence, not intentionally, but just, he's just not able to be as carefree as he was before, just by nature of, everything kind of being on me, not having that other parent in the home, and just the additional responsibilities. And I wanted to shake things up this week to kind of get back to the way things should be. My 3 rules for getting unstuck are pretty simple. Challenge yourself to get out, find new hobbies, find something that you're interested in, and just try to get a little bit better at it. It just distracts you, it forces you to keep growing, and it prevents you from getting stagnant. Changing my environment can mean anything from getting a new shirt to getting a new bed. It just puts me in a different headspace when I feel like my outside matches my inside. And that helps because even when you're not really feeling it, sometimes you just look the part, and that's enough to carry you to the next day. And of course, just simply switching up the routine, because it's easy to be stagnant when you just keep doing the same things over and over again. While that's important to have a sense of normalcy, it gets stale. And the more you continue to do it, the less you are to see new opportunities or hear a new perspective or just do something a little bit different that opens your mind to something different. Your environment's important, and having a space that can bring you calm is incredibly valuable. And I'm glad that I'm building a space that better prepares me to weather any storm. There's just naturally gonna be ups and downs in life, but the trick is to feel like you're in control. So how do you get out of a rut? I'd say just one step at a time. But that's just me. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one.